the board.
And they're willing to give her that. She's only attempted 9 three-pointers after that make. So giving her a little room, but she made them pay.
O'Neal first season as a Terrier as Petty Evans unloads from 3. Sienna, she spent her freshman year at George Mason. Now, as a graduate student here at LIU, she has adjusted very quickly and has become a fearless leader of this team. 126 for her career.
A lot of open looks on both sides. The Blackbirds got to watch that. They gave up a lot of threes to Navy, 10 in total, after allowing a total of 10 in the previous 3.
There's Waith working on the low block. Turnaround jumper is good. And there's that physicality that Stephanie does.
Players that came in early on, like Drew Winter, a little bit impatient at times as an underclassman. With repetitions and with time, you get more comfortable in your role.
There's Jada Johnson, catch and pop and knocks it. They start this one 2 for 3 from deep. And they've had some serious shooting woes going to the last couple of games. First time since November of last year that they failed to score more than 50 points in back-to-back games. There's O'Neal working hard to the bucket. Sanders, some good footwork. Pull-back jumper is no good. Now in transition, Terriers looking to run and knocked down from about 4 feet. That was Lorraine Hickman, the 6-foot junior, over an average of 40 minutes per game. And somebody that John Thurston said she's the fastest, quickest, and strongest player on the team. There's the
like that.
This Terriers team first in rebounding margin in the conference, first in three-point percentage. Styles Sanders, how about the toughness to finish off the first quarter? And LIU. So Lassen will be in 11 as she's on the floor right now. That time a little scoop layups, no good from Ealing. Penny Evans picks it up in transition, going coast to coast off the glass.
And that's really better shot on a tough angle.
Just to finish that thought before, after the conference championship, St. Francis has kind of regressed a bit as Waith once again getting in there. And how about that? That is a pretty finish. DeAngelo, so third in rebounding.
It's happened at both ends of the floor.
Really, there's not really star-studded players on this team. They've got the leaders like Petty Evans, Waith, Jada Johnson, as Amy O'Neal. That's a nice finish. Nice little head fake there. And Waith and Jada Johnson, the leaders and the scoring leaders. But when you talk about Drew Winter and you mix her in and how versatile basically every one of these starters is for this team, everybody's got their jobs that they're doing. And when one falls apart, you can see sometimes it's easy for the wheels to come off the tracks.
And especially factor in what these games start to mean is you have to get tough. Not that you don't in non-conference play.
There's a long three from downtown. Out 5-point lead. They've led for most of this first half, over 16 minutes. Good moves by Johnson and the finish.
Been very impressive for 20 minutes.
Shot clock dead. Final 5 seconds. Who's going to take the final shot? Oh, from downtown, it's good. Jay Johnson puts an exclamation.
Johnson.
Probably the most threes we've seen Petty Evans shoot all this year, considering we're only a minute into the second half.
There's Jade again, and the Terriers pick up.
You can see Winters frustrating her right now.
Johnson contested. That was a pretty good look after she got around Petty Evans.
St. Francis still doing a good job of generating open opportunities. That's why they've been able to stay in this.
Great.
And you can see how this team could live and die by the 3 ball. Right now they're living by it, and they're playing just enough good defense to keep themselves in this lead.
Winter wide open again. That time she hits.
And that is something that another St. Francis has been able to shoot the 3 ball. So you've got to have your other wing players like Petty Evans and Winter get out to the perimeter defend.
And there's Denisha finding the angle, working away from the screen.
Interesting to see if that stat holds up.
That was the first time we had seen any full court pressure from either team. It was pretty soft from the Terriers. Who double Waith. She finds Petty Evans.
Dribble too well on the perimeter. She's much better when she's able to catch and shoot down low or just drive through the zone. When you rely on her to try and dribble around the perimeter, it doesn't really work out.
Another 3. Navy, now 9 for the Terriers. Back to a 1-possession game. Waith kept her footing that time, adjusted. Count it with a foul. She splits the double team, and that's her first field goal of this third quarter.
And there it is, and I think you could see Stephanie Del Priore this last 2 minutes.
Final 10 taken away. DiRenzo looks up, leads O'Neal. She fires at the horn. One final putback, and they'll count it. Abby Anderson, off balanced. No need for a review.
Yeah, I think they knew that was a little ISO right out of the bag right there. Good one-on-one defense.
Both teams back in a man-to-man.
Del Priori wanted a moving screen there, didn't get it.
Nobody got out on Keltos, and she buries it.
That's got to be made.
Wintertrott setting the screen for Waith. They rotate again. Under 10 to shoot. ISO look has not been there for Denisha. Johnson adjusts. Waith with the putback, counted again. She is unstoppable. Clock a little bit as they try and widen this lead. Waith never got the pass off. Anderson off to the races, and we're tied with a foul at the end. Unnecessary. And they give it to Sanders. That's number.
Once again, you can see everybody doing their job, everybody doing their role. Jada Johnson, great positioning. That's a point guard who can rebound really well, and she showed why there.
Montaigne, who took that three the last time, passed it off. Extra look, and Johnson. Right now they're separated by one. Delaney fires away, and why not? She's automatic.
The last day for the bank to be open for New Year's. I guess she's making a trip.
Blackbirds can take it down to a minute 21. Oh, they get it. Petty Evans.
Look for Johnson and Delaney. They're going to try and make that cut and then bounce out to the perimeter.
Delaney set the screen for Johnson. Intercepted by Waith. There goes DeAngelique. And she lost it. I cannot believe it. She should have gone in for the two, but instead she dribbled it out of bounds.
And she's not going to forget that one if it costs them the win.
But will that 16th turnover do them in? They're on their feet here in Brooklyn. Another steal. It's Jada Johnson. They get the tie up with 1.7. And they actually gave